reminds me of a little bit. I'm so churchy, y'all. What's up, y'all? I am Jaren. I am a voice teacher, speech trainer, and the founder and owner of this blessed studio, the Jaren M. LaGrere Studio. I know this video came out in June, but I wanted to do this because this video came at a time where I was on a sabbatical. I was on leave from my studio, from teaching, from doing videos in June, because that was when I had my big 10-year celebration. Also, my grandmother passed away that same month of my birthday, within a couple days of my birthday. So it was just a lot going on in June. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this video posted on my birthday, or at least around my birthday, something like that. But anyway, I wanted to get to, because I've been meaning to get to this forever, and I wanted to make sure I talk about him on my channel in this way. I've always wanted to do a video on him, so I'm like, this is perfect. I love doing a Tiny Desk concert. They're just such great performances to use for analysis, things like that. So shout out to NPR Tiny Desk and NPR period for putting these on and putting these out. We love them. I love them. So thank you for doing that. But anyway, beside the point, let's get into what we came to do. Here is my own voice analysis of Tank's Tiny Desk concert.
Yeah. All right, so look. Now let's take this thing all the way back to the beginning. Yeah. The year was 2000. And the song, it went a little something like this.
Luke came out the gate swinging, okay? And Luke has such a strong, like, thick voice, and is so precise all the time. He just knows how to sing. Shout outs to Luke James. He just knows how to sing.
For me to ask you, where the hell you been? Where the hell you been? For you to say, I better stop tripping. Oh, don't trip. To grab your neck until you let me know. You gotta tell me something. For you to look crying, crying out the door.
It's almost like Tank uses his neck and kind of uses his head position to really color his voice. Da na 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 na. And I feel like the head position and neck position kind of gives him that color that he has to his voice. It's almost like the same position a little bit that Jazmine Sullivan uses sometimes. She kind of does like a head up, kind of like here thing, you know, kind of like that. And I feel like Tank kind of uses some of those similar qualities sometimes.
To grab my coat and chase you down the street. Baby, don't leave. That's not you.
Look, other background singing. He's singing too, okay? Sing, brother.
It's my own insecurities, yeah. For you to say, yes, I cheated on you. That's what you told me. Oh, okay.
I like the back and forth, like the echo that the background singers and Tank are doing right here. Did it say you? No, 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 no. It's almost like a cool back and forth, kind of like a headphone thing. We hear like one side and the other side, kind of like that. If that makes sense, you know? Yeah. Did you see his vowel shape? At their own put your baby on and serve. So everything kind of got a little more spread as he went up. Da, 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 da. Right there, kind of like that.
To be mistreated sometimes.
And you can hear a little compression when they go higher, when they kind of sing more fuller. Da, 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 da. And I can't really do it like he's doing it, but there's a little compression, a little bit of the vocal fold compression right there. Yeah.
To even be on to sometimes you're maybe you should go and cheat on me. Yeah.
And it's almost like Tank is really taking the vocal lines and really kind of talking them. Baby, you should go on and cheat on me, cheat on me, cheat on me. And he's kind of repeating certain phrases and letting go of certain phrases and making certain words longer, shorter, things like that. So he's really kind of playing with the pacing of this song in a way.
And then get the drop on me. How did he convince you to be now with me? We took that 2000 and brought that back to 2023 and made it #1. Went like this. I deserve. If I'ma keep it real, I'ma keep it right. I deserve to feel the way I made you feel.
You see how much smoother the vocal delivery is here? The other one was kind of more like a croon and but here it's so a little more legato. The consonants aren't as hard. There's not so much of a compression or grit. It's more so like a kind of like in the backseat of a car driving down the street. You know, kind of like that. Yeah.
It was never you, it was always me. I was doing the most, my apologies.
And even the background, I deserve, is a lot softer. I deserve. And the vibrato is almost like going at the same time. It sounds like I deserve. It's really cool how they're kind of really gelling together in the background. I deserve on those words right there.
I'ma keep it right. I deserve to feel the way I made you feel. It was never you, it was always me.
It was never you, it was always me. It's almost like he's coasting on the consonant plosiveness or the fricativeness of the consonants. Again, I'm done on that. It wasn't you, it wasn't me. It's really kind of like soothe, and I deserve that. So it's really coasting and really making the friction of the consonants a lot less intense in this song versus maybe I Deserve right before.
I was doing the most, my apologies.
My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. So the jaw was kind of dropped a little bit. Apologies. A little bit. There was a little bit of a thickening in the vocal folds too, and a little bit probably of a little tilting in the cricoid cartilage a little bit. I don't want to get too into anatomy, but you can hear the color change instead of apologies. Apologies. Hey, hey. And I always explain the cricoid tilting like this. When you do the end of Dreamgirls, you're gonna love me. You hear that man is me. You hear that thickness that I have, me, instead of me, or even me. I'm kind of adding a little more beef. I'll call it beefiness to the belt. Beefiness to the belt. Same thing he kind of did there. It's not nearly as intense or nearly as loud, but apologies, apologies. Instead of apologies or apologies, he changed the shape of the vowel to be more, I guess, longer apologies in the back. And then he added a little bit of that cricoid sound in apologies right there.
Ooh, AJ, Vaughn, Alex, Jazz, Brooke Valentine, Luke James, Lonnie Burrell. Thank you, Tiny Desk. We don't want to leave. Do we have to leave? Say what? Say what? Say what? Everybody say, oh. She found all the numbers I had in my car. Say what? Oh. She called all the ones I had marked with a star. Say what? I'm racing over to plead my case.
This is a lot more smoother than before too. Again, it's a little bit of a contrast from maybe I Deserve 2 songs ago. It's kind of the same feel as the song before the I Deserve song, but it has even more of like a poppier vibe to this live take on the song. So real quick, I'm going to talk about that talk box that was just used in the intro of this last song here. Please don't go. That little intro right there. So a talk box, that's what that thing is. I think that's what it's called, right? A talk box. And so basically the talk box uses the shapes of the human vocal tract. I say that word a lot. So it uses the shapes of how we make sound and the air and how the shapes of the sound are made. It's then processed through the talk box so that you can manipulate the pitches by way of how you use the instrument that the talk box is being used from, if I can explain it like that, okay? So this comes to show you that singing is about acoustics, because using the human vocal tract to make vowels and sounds and shapes is about acoustics. It's about the science of sound. It's way more complex and a lot more things to say about that. I don't want to get too far into it. I just want to address what that talk box is and how it works with the human throat or the human body, the human voice, the human vocal tract. Because think about it, when you do vowels and consonants, there are certain shapes that the vocal tract makes in order to make those sounds happen. Because we can make vowels and consonants happen without the voice. Now, you may not be able to hear vowels because vowels are a product of sound going through an open you know, open passageway, if you will, and consonants are an obstruction of the airway. So when you say sh, that's an obstruction of the airway. I'm pushing the air, but I'm also doing something else with my mouth to obstruct the airway to make certain sounds. So certain shapes make certain sounds. So when he did, please don't go, he said, please don't go. Don't go, please don't go, but he made it come through the notes that he was using on the keyboard or wherever he was playing. I think it was a keyboard, I can't remember now. I think it was a keyboard. And he used those notes to make those notes be the pitches that we hear, but it was still the words, please don't go, because please don't go. I can say that without my voice, or I can push air, please don't go. Please don't go. And so because you heard the air friction or the air passing through my vocal tract, you also heard the words, please don't go, without my voice. I didn't use my voice. Please don't go. Please don't go. So that's what that is. I just wanted to make sure I addressed that.
But she saw it was me and slammed the door in my face. Now just tell me why. How come we always do it wrong?
Do it wrong. That do had a little pucker and a little scoop with a little vibrato. Do it wrong right there.
How come we can't keep it on?
Keep it on. That same thing. The second line had that same a little pucker, a little darkness with a little vocal scoop, a little glissando. Kind of like that.
How come it always is like that? Even though, let me hear you say, it ain't worth telling the lie. It ain't worth.
They're singing through the R color of worth. It ain't worth. It ain't worth. Yeah, they're singing through the R color. Yeah. A lot of times I talk about people taking away the R sound or the R color in words, but they're singing that, it ain't worth. It ain't worth. They're really singing through that R sound right there.
And you cry, it ain't worth. That's why I'm right here making you please. Let me get you sing the song, yeah. It ain't worth. Killing the home. It ain't worth. Yeah. That's why I'm right here begging you, please don't go, baby. Please don't go. Please don't go.
They're kind of taking a more ethereal approach to the please don't go. Please don't go. It's more heady, more light, and as Tank is doing a please don't go. Luke, please don't go. Whatever Luke is doing, all of that little ethereal, but it kind of has a more heady, ooh, type of vibe, a little bit, but it's still very R&B, but it just has a more ethereal kind of, ooh, heavenly undertone. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Yeah.
Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go.
Again, Luke has such a strong voice. Whatever he did, with a little crescendo. Sing, Luke.
Please don't go. Please don't go.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? I'm so churchy, y'all. But this reminds me of Twinkie and Karen. It reminds me of the Clark sisters, like how they do that back and forth. You know, Twinkie do her own thing, Karen do, Twinkie do the same, but they can go back. It just reminds me of Twinkie and Karen. I don't know why that came to me, but it does. I'm so churchy.
It's the beard. It's all in his beard. It's just all that talent in his beard. Tiny Desk, thank you so much. My name is Ty.
If you enjoyed this analysis, click subscribe down below to click the alert button next to it so you know when the next video is posted. And as I will always say to you, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. All right, y'all, love you so much, and I'll see you soon.